Now, shooting, here we go. Roll VT, Errol.
Right, we are here at Plainmoor, Torquay, against Dorking Wanderers. Mark, how are you?
Very good, mate.
Thank you, thanks for getting me in. How is the squad ahead of today's game then?
Well, be fair to say it's going to be a tough weekend, which is not ideal, just 2 weeks in. We've only really got 3 out of our 5 subs that can feature, really.
Right.
We've had a bad week in terms of little bits and bobs, really, all little bits and bobs. But listen, the 11 we've got out there and the 3 boys that can feature National League, strong National League South and National League players. So apart from that, it's been a bit of a rest since the Bournemouth game. That was the first Saturday, Tuesday. And they're looking forward to playing at such a lovely venue, a beautiful venue. Pitch, real credit to the guy that does it.
Yeah, last time we came here a couple of years ago, it was slightly different conditions than now, wasn't it? And also slightly different Torquay side and manager setup and everything. What are you expecting from them today? Yeah,
it's weird, isn't it? It's like Gary Johnson, it was like, full-time pro. Listen, I mean, from what I've seen, they're young, they're competitive. Similar to a lot of teams in this division, actually. But I think we're just focused on what we do. Pleased to see the pitch looking so good. And we intend to get the ball down and knock it around them. That's what we always intend to do.
Okay, so in terms of line-up then, obviously we do these before that sort of comes out. How are we looking again today then? Is it unchanged or are there changes from Bournemouth?
Yeah, we've got Niall, Moro and Baz all coming in today, which is good. I felt like, in particular, the legs in midfield. Charlie's going to go into the 10. Alfie, who's also got a bit of a tight hammy. So he's one of the 3 that I'm saying can play, but he's also had a bit of a tight hamstring. So just looking at the Saturday-Monday thing, especially with Reece Murphy not quite ready yet, we thought better to protect that a bit. And we can leverage Charlie, intelligently in the game, which I think on a pitch like this will be important. So I think the team we're putting out is full of experience, full of Wanderers know-how. I think they're going to put up a great show. I think it is poignant that Jason got off the mark on Tuesday. That probably went under the radar a bit because we weren't great. But Jason off the mark's always a big deal for us, and they've had a bit of a break, and I think today on this surface there'll be no excuses.
Yeah, and should be a good follow-in. I think the supporters coach has just turned up and got stuck in a bit of traffic, and a few people have made their own way down there, so just over your right shoulder there'll be plenty of Dorking support as always. But I'd imagine home support will be quite sort of hostile here as well, won't it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, hostile or committed, I don't know what the word is, but we had a bit of fun here last year. I think we've made up a bit since then. A couple of years ago, I'd done a podcast with the lads, and they're great football volunteers. That they've got their club back, this town, and I think in football primarily that's what you want to see. And because of that, as we've seen the last 2 years with other clubs, the community are getting behind them, which is great for them. And obviously we've got our travelling support, which means an awful lot, not just the guys and stuff from Dorking, but all around this area too. I just would say in terms of injury update, because I always get asked about them, but Jordan Williams and Reece Murphy are both in the same boat where they'll almost definitely be back for next weekend, which I think is a really big deal to us. Okay, Dan Piber's had an injection, so we're expecting him back by next weekend as well.
So this is the Eastbourne game, presumably.
So those 3 will be back by then. I'm trying to think of the others. Who else we got?
Dan Gallagher, is he on the bench?
Dan G's on the bench. Brennan Camp's on the bench because he's not fit to play. So he's named so he doesn't have to sit in the stand, basically. And Aaron Kuehl is his MCL, so that's going to be, best case 3 months.
Has that got to be an operation?
Well, not sure. It's been scanned, so we're waiting on the results. But unless I'm forgetting anybody, Brennan would expect back by next weekend. Pybus, Jordan, Reece, and they are the numbers we want to have, because then you've got a multitude of first 11s. We're definitely dipping into reserves a little bit too much over the weekend, but I'm sure across the season everyone will be in that position. Just not ideal after a couple of weeks.
No, sure. Okay, well, thanks for that update, Mark, and good luck this afternoon. We'll speak to you later.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, James.